Take everything you plan to do with the rest of your life, every trip, every lazy Sunday, every person you keep meaning to call back. Lay it all out on a single sheet of paper, and it fits. The average human life is about 4,000 weeks, 4,000 little squares. You could draw the whole thing on one page with room left in the margin. That sounds bleak. Stay with me. By the end, this stops being frightening and becomes the most freeing number you know. Here's the picture. One small box is 1 week. A row of 52 boxes is 1 year. Stack about 90 rows, and that grid, small enough to hold in your hand, is a long, full human life. Now do the quiet, terrifying thing. Color in the weeks you've already lived. For most of us, a startling amount of the page is already gone. The infinite feeling stretch of someday turns out to be a modest set of squares you could count in a single afternoon. And it hits this hard for a simple reason. Your brain was never built to feel time in weeks. It feels time in seasons, in moods, in later. 4,000 is just a number. It floats past you. But a grid is a picture, and your mind reads a picture tens of thousands of times faster than a number. The instant the squares become visible, the math you'd been politely ignoring turns into something you feel in your chest. Here's the trap almost all of us live inside. We spend the squares as if more are guaranteed. We tell ourselves we'll start the real thing. The writing, the relationship, the rest, once things calm down. But once things calm down, never gets its own box. You know the notebook, the one you bought for the thing you were finally going to start. Still empty. That isn't laziness. It's just a square that kept getting traded for later. The grid only ever fills with what you actually did, never with what you meant to. Now make it specific. Say your parents are 65 and you see them a few times a year. People live, on average, into their 80s. So you are not looking at plenty of time with them. You are looking at a few dozen more visits, a few dozen squares scattered across the rest of the page. Suddenly, the Sunday lunch you would have skipped doesn't feel small at all. And here is the strange part, the thing researchers keep finding. Remind someone that the squares run out and they don't spiral. They get clearer. They make the call. They put down the things that were never theirs to carry. A little awareness of the edge makes the middle matter more. The writer Oliver Burkeman built an entire idea around this exact number, and his point was not do more, faster. It was almost the opposite. You are never going to reach the bottom of the list, so stop living for a finished, sorted-out version of your life that is quietly never going to arrive. 4,000 weeks is not a deadline. It is permission. Because look closer at the grid and notice what it does not show. It counts the weeks. It says nothing about what any single square held. One box can hold an afternoon you will replay for 20 years. The box right beside it can hold a week you slept straight through. Same square on the page, two completely different lives. So the real question was never, how many do I have left? Nobody gets that number. The question is quieter. What are you going to put inside the next one? And here is the part nobody tells you. You are not behind. There is no correct number of filled boxes for your age, no schedule you were supposed to be keeping. There is only this. The square you are standing in right now, being colored in, second by second, while you watch this. So, if you like sitting with the quiet, strange truths about being human, subscribe. We do this one drawing at a time. And tell me below, which single square would you live again? Then put the page down. It was never asking for your whole life. It was only ever asking what you will draw in this one square.